of a Jim McCloy pass intended for John Yerke, and a fine run back set up that short touchdown drive. That is Matt Scarback at his own 12-yard line. Scarback with some room, and he's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line by Kevin Duran, a 5'9", 100-pound junior with the Whippets. So the Wing Lions will go 1st and 10 from our own 28.
Good thing Kevin Duran made that tackle there, because Scarback probably has the most speed on the Lion offense, and if he gets by Duran there, he's going to have some daylight.
Wing Lions with their second possession of the afternoon. First drive was stymied by Livingston interception. That is Mike Mikosh, number 23, with a bit of running room to the outside, and he's going to be hauled down around the 39-yard line, and that's pretty close to the first down.
We're going to get an opportunity to see Downingtown's touchdown. The Wing Lions in a 6-5 defense, they're counting off receivers. Martin's going to come back, play action, holds the linebacker, and then he hits Rob Martin over the middle.
So Mikosh's run picks up a first down for St. Pius 10th, and they have it 1st and 10. At their own 39. The handoff again to Mikosh, off the side, and with a little bit of extra hustle, picks up 2 yards when it had appeared that he was stopped for no gain. Number 40, Dave Livingston, the man with the interception that helped produce a Whippet touchdown, the man on the stop. Pickup of 4, it's 2nd and 6 for Pius.
Pius running a lot of their play to the tailback, and never had success on it.
The pitch goes to Mikosh. That was Matt Minnick. There on the sidelines, racing frantically right now as his team trails 6-0. Is the head coach of the Wing Lions, Jim Mick, in his 26th here at St. Pius 10th. As the Lions are looking at a 3rd and 3 following that carry by Minnick. This time Chernesky gets the call, and Chernesky awfully close to the first down.
If he makes his first down, it's going to be on second effort, because there wasn't a whole lot there for John, and John had kind of an extra surge, and it's going to be very, very close. They're going to call a measurement.
Shane Rogers, number 77, was the man who made the stop on Chernesky. And as Ron said, we'll have a timeout for a measurement.
Wing Lions have a very versatile offense. Coach Jim Mick likes to do a lot of misdirecting. Normally the Lions are undersized to a lot of their opposition, so they go to the misdirection to give their offensive linemen angles rather than going straight at people. It's going to be an interesting decision here, whether they're going to go for this or not.
You can see some good camera work by our PCTV crew. Gave you that good close-up there, and that's just how far the Lions have to go for a first down. So it's 4th and less than a yard, and they're going for it. The ball at the Wing Lion 49.
We may see a long cadence here for the Lions trying to pull Downingtown off sides to get the gift for the first down, or we liable to see Jimmy McCloy sneak it.
And McCloy on the keeper gets the first down with plenty to spare as he crosses the midfield stripe to about the 48 of Downingtown. So it's 1st and 10, St. Pius 10th.
Having worked with Coach Jim Mick for so many years, you kind of sense he likes the short yardage play to go with the quarterback, because you don't have the mistake of handing off, and your receiver just goes right up the middle.
So the Lions on the move. The ball for the first time this afternoon in Whippet territory. That is Matt Minnick running hard off the right side, and Minnick finally wrestled out of bounds by Wally McHugh. And he'll have a nice pickup of about, let's call it 9 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Winged Lions.
Wally McHugh doing a nice job on the stop from the halfback position. I thought we possibly would see Wally McHugh today as quarterback. He's the backup quarterback for the Downingtown Whippets.
And I'll tell you, they will not have a problem with Wally McHugh at the helm. McHugh played in a game against Pottstown a week ago, and of course, we all know that result. It was 35-8 in favor of the Whippets, and just a completely new look at Downingtown. I guess you have to lay a lot of credit on the shoulders of Mike Dominic, who brought a winning tradition to the school. And I know that the newfound enthusiasm over there in Downingtown is sort of spread throughout the community. And I think everybody that has been touched by it is really up for this Downingtown program this season.
And they're hard to prepare for because they run a run-shoot type offense. They'll come out with 5 receiver formations, nobody in the backfield. They do things a little differently than a lot of high school teams.
It'll be 2nd down and inches to go for the Wing Lions following that last carry by Matt Minnick. Minnick again, and he'll pick up the 1st down with ease. So the Wing Lions playing it a bit conservatively right now. They've kept it on the ground, but some fine running by Minnick, and John Chernesky has brought them down to the 37-yard line of Downingtown. 5:47 left here in the opening quarter. It's 6-0 Whippets. McCloy sends Mike Reagan to the left side. Scarback in motion, and he gets the call. Scarback brought down on a nice tackle by number 77, Shane Rogers. And Rogers showed his quickness that time. Right?
Because Scarback has nice speed. Matty, when he gets the ball, is always a threat. He's a game breaker. There's not oftentimes that St. Pius 10th gets anybody with his kind of speed, and when he carries the ball, he can go the distance.
So not only do they have the size, but they do have the quickness on defense, Downingtown. And that carry produced a 1-yard loss. It's 2nd and 11. The ball spotted back at the 38 of the Whippets. Minnick with some running room. Minnick to the outside, a fumble, and it's going to be recovered by Downingtown. Number 44, Greg Duraco, falls on it. And, well, a tough break for the Wing Lions as Minnick appeared to have a lot of room to the outside, but somebody got an arm on the ball, and the Whippets recover.
Well, he made a nice cut. He got in the seam. He got to the outside. He started to change hands with the ball, which is a no-no, and they slapped at the ball, and they turned it over. Pius' 2nd turnover here in the 1st quarter, and it takes away a threat by the Pius offense.
So with 4:37 remaining here in the initial stanza, Kevin Martin will bring his team up to the line of scrimmage, which is the 26-yard line. Bob Martin, 84, wide to the right or the top of your screen. The handoff goes to Otis Ragland. And Ragland is brought down from behind by number 78, Mark Yerge.
We're going to see Matt Minnick take the ball on what they call their power sweep. He comes inside the 6-hole. He gets some daylight outside, and they change the ball and turns it over.
Kevin Martin, number 17, at the helm. The 6-foot, 190-pound senior. Bill Borland, the man in motion, as Ragland again gets the call. And Ragland picks up the 1st down for the Whippets, their 2nd of the ball game.
The Lion defense is a very aggressive defense, and what they're doing is they're faking a handoff to the up back, and then they're coming back to their tailback to the opposite direction. The Pius defense is biting on the original handoff, and that's freezing the people, giving the back a chance to pick up some nice yardage.
Well, it started out as a very rainy morning. The weather right now has cleared up. It's a bit overcast here at Coach Mick Stadium, as you just saw a shot of the Wing Lion, the mascot of St. Pius 10th, as Downingtown has it 1st and 10 from their own 38. Martin looking for Martin. He's got, and with a bit of maneuvering, picks up a couple more yards. Bringing him down was Tom Daly, number 82.
Martin is a very outstanding receiver. We have a Martin to Martin combination there. We have one Martin thrown to Robert Martin, and it was a nice pickup of about 8 yards. 2nd
down and let's call it 2 for the Whippets. Downingtown with a 6-0 lead, and 2:40 shows on the scoreboard clock. Martin that time on a botched handoff is brought down by Joe Szynski, as it appeared Otis Ragland was the man who was to have gotten that handoff.
The Lion defense that time made some penetration. That's going to take away that delay handoff. They were back there, and I think it caused Martin to not hand off to the secondary back. And they ate it and lost a couple yards on the play.
A loss of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Downingtown. Whippets are 4-1, tied for 2nd place in the Chessmont League race with Westchester Henderson. Fake to Livingston. The pass complete to Otis Ragland. 1st down, Whippets. As Ragland is brought down by Jim McCloy at the 45-yard line of St. Pius 10.
Otis Ragland coming out of the backfield on that play, and they're going to have to lock a linebacker on their tailback or that remaining back in the backfield. Otherwise, they're going to have trouble picking up that back out of the backfield.
So Downingtown has strung together a couple of 1st downs. They have it 1st and 10 at the Wing Lion 45. Kevin Martin to Dave Livingston. And Livingston picks up 3.
Get an opportunity to see the pass play. We're going to see Ragland come out of the backfield. They freeze the linebacker with the play action fake. Therefore, the linebacker doesn't get back in the hook zone, and then they bring Ragland behind where the linebacker should be.
We have officials timeout right now for an equipment repair. As we took a look at number 52, Mike Cirlone, one of the linemen for Downingtown. Again, it is homecoming day here at Coach Mick Stadium, and we'll have all the homecoming festivities of the Wing Lions for you at time. 1:11 left here in period number 1. As Kevin Martin fakes the handoff to Livingston and gives it to Ragland. And a nice tackle by Jimmy McCloy as Ragland had a lot of room to the left side.
It's an excellent play by Jimmy McCloy. It looked like Ragland was going to have some room, and he's a burner. And Jimmy McCloy comes up from his safety position and keeps him to no gain. Now, here's the play on this 3rd and long where they like to go to that pop pass over the middle. The linebackers, I would suspect, for Pius will loosen a little bit so that they won't step up and honor that fake.
Downingtown has it right on the Wing Lion 40. It is 3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 6, Downingtown. Kevin Martin calling the signals for Downingtown.
Martin rolls right, looks for McCloy. Check that, Wally McHugh, and the pass is batted down by Chris Schwab of the Wing Lions.
It's a nice play. They put a little bit of pressure on Martin that time, forcing him to release it.
So it's 4th and 5 for Downingtown. And dropping back to receive their punt, Tom Pufnock, number 40. And Jim McCloy, number 11.
This is a very good high school football game. A lot of excitement down there in the field. It's it's built up to be a very good game because of both teams' records, and it's living up to that bill so far.
Greg Duraco will kick for Downingtown. His punt, McCloy and Pufnock just watch it roll aimlessly into the end zone. So the touchback will bring the ball out to the 20. And St. Pius 10th will have it 1st and 10 with just 13 seconds left here in quarter number 1. And Downingtown up 6-0.
Tommy Pufnock looked like a senior with experience on that punt return there, because when the ball's inside the 10-yard line, you let it go. He saw the people coming down the field, and he just kind of looked like he was going to catch it, but he did let it go into the end zone, and they get the ball on the 20.
John Yerge, tight end to the right side. Wide out to the right is Pufnock. Pass for Pufnock off his hands. Covering on the play was Kevin Duran. 9 seconds left in the first quarter, as the Lions will now have it 2nd and 10 from their own 20.
Kevin Duran, number 20, the halfback for Downingtown, playing a little bit loose on Pufnock on that sideline. Pius will run the sideline, and then when they get Duran biting up there, then they'll run the sideline and up pattern and try to beat the halfback one-on-one.
2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line.
With a double wide out to the right side. 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Scarback in motion. Handoff goes to number 23, Matt Minnick, and Minnick rambles for 9 to the 29-yard line. As time will expire in quarter number 1. The score, Downingtown 6, St. Pius 10th, nothing. We're back at Coach Mick Stadium here in Lower Pottsgrove. Denny Petro along with Ron Reed for PCTV as the Wing Lions failed on a 3rd and short situation, so they'll be looking at a 4th and 2 as Carl Janicki, number 27, will come on the punt for the Wing Lions. Bob Martin, number 84, the deep man to receive for the Whippets. Good kick by Janicki. Martin standing at his own 33. He slips down to his knee, and so the Whippets will go to work from that point. There's the score, 6-0 Downingtown. First and 10 play from their own 33. The Whippets picked up about a yard on a carry by Ragland, but they have a player down, Shane Rogers, number 77. And while they attend to Shane, we'd like to remind you that any use of the pictures, descriptions, video, or audio portions of this program without the expressed written consent of the Borough of Pottstown Cable TV Commission and the St. Pius X High School is prohibited.
Cookies and bread. Dana will be there.
And so far, Ron, we have, as you've said during our timeout, a real good high school football game. Good matchup, these two teams.
Two very good football teams. Both have talented, skilled people. And, you know, both quarterbacks are doing a nice job. They have some threats on both teams. Downingtown tailbacks can break it open anytime, so could Pius.
All right, we'll be back with the score. Whippets 6 and the Wing Lions nothing. Shane Rogers was assisted off the field, and now as we're back to play, Kevin Martin on a quarterback keeper off the left side, runs it close to the first down, and if he doesn't have it, it'll be a 3rd and short operation for the Whippets, and he's short by about a yard. 9:57 left here in quarter number 2. The Whippets on top, 6-0. And we'll go 3rd and less than 1 from the 44-yard line of Downingtown. Kevin Martin on the keeper. And he has it with plenty to spare, so that is the Whippets' 4th first down of the ball game. But on the scoreboard, where it counts, they're up by a touchdown.
Well, Downingtown certainly beat the Lions off the ball that time. You get a quarterback sneak, he picked up 3 yards. They had a good offensive surge, and they picked up a big first down.
I'd like to welcome our viewers from Chester County Cable over in the Coatesville, Westchester, and Downingtown areas, and we hope that you're enjoying this ball game. On 1st and 10, the fake to Livingston, the pass across the middle, complete to Steve Willenbrock. So instead of number 84 Martin, this time Willenbrock, the receiver.
Well, Pius is having trouble handling that play action fake and coming over the middle. Now that time Riki was playing the Downingtown offensive receiver, and he played too much to man rather than the ball. When that ball's in the air, the defender has to consider that his football. He cannot play the offensive receiver.
First down, Downingtown.
So a pickup of 20 yards on the play. And it's 1st and 10 Whippets at the Wing Lion 35. Handoff to the second man through, Otis Ragland. And Ragland with a 4-yard carry to the 30. It'll be 2nd and 6, Downingtown. And the Whippets right now putting together a good drive.
Well, they're mixing up well. They're throwing the football. They're running the football. Martin ran the ball himself. He's a double threat. He can run and throw.
John Yergy on the stop for Pius.
Bob Martin, number 84, split wide to the right side, but now the Whippets will call timeout. While they do, let's take a look at the first quarter stats, Ron.
As you can see, the Lions have 53 yards rushing to Downingtown's 21, but Downingtown makes it up with the passing 36-15. The total 68 for the Lions, 57 for the Whippets, but the more important thing is the Lions trail in the ball game 6-0, and Downingtown's offense is on the move.
Friends and neighbors, for all your lumber needs, architectural millwork, stock millwork, doors or wood supplies, stop in or call Frederick Brothers at Hanover and East Streets in Pottstown. Bob Lightcap will be happy to accommodate you. So when you stop in at Frederick Brothers, tell Bob Lightcap that PCTV sent you. Don't forget, we will have the homecoming festivities at halftime, so we invite you to stay with us. Ron and I will have a quick analysis, and then we'll get right into the festivities of homecoming, as here in PCTV we strive to present the best, not only in sports entertainment, but other community-oriented activities as well. 2nd and 6 for the Whippets. Following that timeout, Kevin Martin, the handoff to Ragland. Ragland going nowhere as Mike Myers, number 50, was the first man to get to him for St. Pius.
The Downingtown offense showing some motion there, trying to loosen up the Pius defense, but the Pius defensive front did a real nice job stopping Ragland at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the overcast that hung over Coach Mick Stadium is now burned off. The sun shining brightly down on the audience here this afternoon, as the Whippets have it 3rd and 5 from the 29 of Pius 10. Play fake. Kevin Martin across the middle. The pass complete to Bob Martin, number 84. Martin still on his feet, and he's finally brought down around the 9-yard line by Chris Schwab. And it looks like Shane Rogers, number 77, was shaken up on that play once again. That's his 2nd time he's gone down this quarter. But one superb catch across the middle by Bob Martin.
We're going to see Martin come back. He's going to be in a throwing. He's going to come back here and a drop back pass. He has a little fake, but he gets pretty good time. Throws the ball to Martin, his premier receiver, who's coming across the middle. And Martin breaks a tackle or two and picks up a real nice gain, and it puts the Lion defense in a real bind now as they're defending their goal. Looks like the ball to be about the 10-yard line.
So it'll be 1st down and 10. They can pick up a 1st down without scoring a touchdown, but I'll tell you, this Downingtown club is very impressive, and it's easy to see why they're a 4-1 ball club, Brian.
Well, they have a nice quarterback. You know, Kevin Martin, 6 foot, 190 pounds. He's a senior, and he's doing a nice job throwing to a target in Martin.
It is 6-0, Whippets.
You may watch the game tonight at 8 o'clock.
Well, they give up a score here.
We are back at Coach Mick Stadium in Lower Pottsgrove. There you see Shane Rogers, number 77, being assisted off the field, as the Whippets have it deep in St. Pius 10 territory. 1st and 10, just outside the 10-yard line. Kevin Martin sends Bob Martin, number 84, wide to the right. Livingston is the fullback. The tailback is Ragland, number 33. Borland, the man in motion. That's Ragland off the left side, and he get maybe a yard or two before being stopped by Big John Yergi, number 81, for the Wing Lions.
Ragland's quick. You can see as he's hitting up in that hole, he's putting a little bit of a move on, and he really can fly.
If you remember last year's game, Ragland was really bedeviled all day by the Wing Lion defense, but this year he's got some big studs in front of him up there, and I'll tell you, they just got a great combination type offense, and it's clicking, and it has presented itself in the form of that 4-1 Chestmont League mark. Pickup of 2 by Ragland. It's 2nd and 8. Portland again in motion. Kevin Martin. Across the middle for Bob Martin, incomplete. Batted down there by number 78, Mark Yerge. And I'll tell you, that time Ronnie threw into a lot of heavy coverage.
Yes, he did. That ball could have been picked off. But what probably is going to concern the Lion coaching staff is they're not getting enough pressure from their defense. They're not putting enough heat on the quarterback, Kevin Martin. And if he can stand back there, he's going to pick them apart.
Downingtown exercises their second timeout of the first half, as Mike Dominic will come out to talk it over with his offense as they have it 3rd down and 8. And the Whippets with a 6-0 lead. You know, folks, the weather's changing, and you better start thinking about winterizing your car. And naturally, you'll want the best car for your care for your car. The experts at Rick's Auto Care realize that and will give your car the protection it needs. Rick's Auto Care, 2223 East High Street, across from the Sanatoga Fire Company. Give Rick or Rob Peters a call, and you won't be disappointed. That's Rick's Auto Care in Sanatoga. There's a shot of some of the homecoming crowd here at Coach Mick Stadium. Ron Reed has returned to his old alma mater.
That's the daughter of Coach David Pasota, the offensive coordinator for St. Pius X for the past 16 years. Tricia Pasota doing a nice job sporting her cheerleading outfit.
So the Whippets have it 3rd and 8. Borland is split wide to the right side. Ragland in motion. Kevin Martin with some pressure. Passes batted down by number 81, John Yerge. And that time, the pressure that you talked about that they weren't exerting presented itself in the personage of John Yerge.
Well, they had to have that, and Yerge came strong that time, and he's a big boy. He put the heat on Martin, and he leaped up there, and he almost deflected the ball, and then it was picked off, close to being picked off.
So it's 4th down and 8. And
we're going to see Yerge come from the right part of the screen there. He just comes through. He beats his man, the blocker, and he gets up there like a basketball leaper. Does a nice job.
Brian Murphy will attempt a field goal. The field goal is up, and it is wide to the left side.
Boy, that looked close, didn't he?
So the field goal attempt from 25 yards out is wide to the left, and the 6-0 lead of Downingtown is still intact. 6:13 left to go here in the second quarter, and the Winged Lions will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20 following the field goal miss by Murphy.
Well, if you're a Winged Lion fan, that has to be a big series there. Downingtown on the 10-yard line threatening to score, and they come back, they come empty-handed.
There's a good overall shot of the Wing Lion offense and the Whippet defense. Jim McCloy, number 11, calling the signals. Handoff goes to Matt Scarback. Scarback gets around one defender, and then he's tripped up by number 11, John Haynes of Downingtown.
We said we have some real thoroughbreds out here running today. 26, Scarback, he's a gamer. He can break it. Otis Ragland from Downingtown can break it. We have some good speed out there on the field.
Pickup of 4 yards on that last carry by Scarbeck. It's 2nd and 6 for St. Pius X. Second quarter offensively for the Winged Lions has all season long been the time when they've scored a good majority of their 144 points. They've totaled 54 in this quarter. Have yet to score today. McCloy will tuck it under his arm and keep it. And he lunges for the first down, and it appears that he does have enough for it.
Well, Jimmy did a very nice job there. He was going to try to come out and sprint out to his right side and hit Yerge or Puffnock. They were covered, and he saw that he had some running room, and he really did a good job getting to the first down marker.
So Jim McCloy, who last year as a wideout displayed the excellent skills of being a receiver, with a heads-up play to pick up the first down for St. Pius X. 5 minutes left here in quarter number 2. Pitch back goes to Matt Minnick. Minnick cuts across the grain and finally hauled down as he runs it close to another first down by Doracco, number 44.
Downingtown is running a 5-2 defense, and what they're doing is they're taking their defensive linemen and they're shifting them down into gaps. The Lion offense did a real nice job blocking down there and let Minnick pick a hole and cut it back inside. Picked up a nice gain.
Minnick got 9 on that last carry. It'll be 2nd and a short one for St. Pius X. Wing Lions in this ball game. It's only a 6-0 lead for the Whippets. McCloy, a long count. McCloy going for the home run. Strike to Pufnock. In and out of his arms. Good coverage on the play by number 11, John Haynes, and the Pius followers calling for a possible interference call.
Well, it was close. They're both playing the ball. They both have a right to the ball. Certainly from the end we're sitting on, they're going to have a little bit of commentary about that. But it looked to me to be a pretty good defensive play.
Officials for today's game, the referees Larry Solar, the umpires Clutch Welk, line judge Frank Vidian, Bob Willington, the line judge, and the back judge is Tom Jackman.
McCloy goes across the middle on a quarterback sneak, and it's going to be very, very close because the Downingtown line really toughened up there on the 3rd and inches.
And it looks like we're going to have timeout for a measurement. As Ron mentioned, McCloy on that keeper comes awfully close to a possible first down. Wing Lions, of course, would like to try to retain possession here and keep the ball out of the hands of the Whippets. And McCloy does manage to pick up the first down by the length of the football. That's the fourth.
That second down call was a good call by the Lions when they went deep there because they put them in a 3rd and real short situation. So it was a good time to throw the ball deep.
James Pius operating from their own 40-yard line.
Ball spotted at the Wing Lion 40. Matt Minnick, number 23. And Minnick running smartly off the left side and up the middle. And he picks up about 8 yards. Call it 2nd and 2 for the Wing Lions as the ball is close to midfield.
The Wing Lions are picking up yardage, except for that turnover that hurt them. They had another drive going, but now it's down to 3 minutes and 24 seconds, so they're going to have to get the ball down into the end zone before this half.
Pius on the drive starting from the 20-yard line.
Pius with 3 wideouts to the left of McCloy. Lone setback.
Into the middle of the line.
John Chernesky, I believe. And number 43, the big fullback for the Wing Lions, slipped as he approached the line of scrimmage for no gain, and it'll be 3rd and 2 for St. Pius X.
The Lion offense showed what was an apparent passing formation. They came out with trips to their left, trying to pull the secondary over there. They're thinking there that if Chernesky gets through the line and breaks it, he's one-on-one with the safety, and he can go.
Well, timeout is called by the Wing Lions. And while we do have this timeout, we'd like to remind you fans that we do appreciate all the nice cards and letters that you've been sending to us. In addition to the cookies, we got a cake recently. We had a cake delivered out here this morning. And again, from an anonymous donor. So we know we have a lot of people out there who like the job that we're doing here. And folks, PCTV has really done an exceptional job in the year and a half that I've had the privilege, I know Ronnie's had the privilege of being here behind the mics calling the play-by-play on various high school games. And for you folks over there in Chester County, we do this 16 times a year. And we have a lot of fun doing this. It's a lot of hard work. A lot of work behind the scenes that goes into the production of a game. But I'll tell you, it's more than just a labor of love for us. It's something we really enjoy. And we hope that you folks, whether you're in Chester County or anywhere in Montgomery County watching this game, that you enjoy the work that we're doing for you. So it's 3rd and 2 for St. Pius. The pitch back to Minnick. And Minnick will have the first down as he scoots to the 45.
It's a real nice play by them. They gave it to Minnick on their power, and they pitched the ball to him. Minnick playing the tailback position, picked up the first down. It was a nice gainer in a key situation.
So the Lions on the move as they have it at the Whippet 45-yard line, and they've got 2:32 with which to work here in the first half. McCloy with the quick hitter to the outside to Tom Pufnock. Pass complete, and Pufnock brought down by John Haynes with an assist from Joe DiPietro.
Tom Pufnock was going to try to get outside, but then he looked at his defender and he thought maybe he could take an inside move and break it, but the defender did a nice job staying with the tackle.
4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 6. So ball spotted at the 41 of Downingtown. There's a good shot down the line as McCloy will go to the top. Pass. Great grab by number 81, John Yergy. What a catch.
That was just an outstanding reception by the senior and John Yergi. It looked like McCloy apparently overthrew him. He reached that big ball up there and brought it down with one hand.
Just a superb play by John Yergi, the senior tight end of the Winged Lions. On 1st and 10, Pufnock, the intended receiver, and the ball was underthrown.
Let's take a look at this play by Yergi. We're going to see Jimmy McCloy come out of his quarterback position. He drops back. He looks like he's throwing the ball high. Yergi reaches one paw up there and brings it down. Just a fine reception by the veteran offensive end.
Following the incompletion of Pufnock, it's now 2nd and 10. Ball spotted at the 30 of Downingtown. And the Lions, as far as the scoreboard clock is concerned, have 1 minute and 35 seconds with which to work. Chris Schwab, the man in motion. McCloy for a wide open Pufnock. It's complete, and Pufnock's going to race down to the 5. Making the stop, number 61, Joe DePietro, one of the outside linebackers for Downingtown. 1st and goal to go, St. Pius 10.
I can't say it enough times. This is just an exciting game to be at. Both teams are very, very excellent football teams, and it's really exciting. Few people to get a chance to see these games come out here live because it's a lot of excitement.
1 minute and 15 left in the first half. As on 1st and goal from the 5, Matt Minnick is dropped back at the 11-yard line as Dave Livingston came in to make the hit.
We're going to take a look again at this reception by Pufnock. We see Jimmy McCloy coming back, just a straight drop back pattern. He has a little time. He sees Pufnock in the clear, hits him, a nice run, Pufnock. If he can break one tackle, he gets in the end zone.
Well, the Whippets have called timeout. That's their final timeout of the first half as Mike Dominic comes out to talk to his charges. Winged Lions will have it 2nd and goal to go from the 10-yard line as Minnick was dropped for a 5-yard loss on a nice defensive play by Joe DePietro. And, you know, Mike Dominic, again, I haven't had an opportunity to meet the individual, but bringing those flowing credentials from the western part of the state where, you know, football is king to the highly regarded Chessmont League. He's done a superb job in his first season here.
Well, you look at him inside that huddle with his players and looks like he should have a helmet on and play with them. Boy, he looks like he's carved out of a mountain. Has a lot of enthusiasm. He generates a lot of emotion over there. Downingtown, a very large school district, and a lot of people feel that that's one of the premier high school football jobs in the state of Pennsylvania. On the other hand, there's Coach Jim Mick, the very youthful 40-year-old football coach of the Winged Lions for the past 26 years. Just a very, very emotional individual and loves to win.
On 2nd and goal to go from the 10. McCloy with the long count. Pass intended for Scarback, complete, and Matt is dropped about the 2-yard line by number 44, Greg Duraco. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 2 for the Winged Lions with 58 seconds left here in quarter number 2.
This reminds me of the drive we saw in the closing moments when Boyertown scored on ONJ. It was just a few seconds on the clock. They kept their composures. The Lions are doing a nice job. The Lions are doing a nice job working the ball down the field. They took over possession with about 4 minutes, and they've controlled the ball, and there's 58 seconds remaining, and I'm sure they know they have to get in here.
We'll take another look at that pass play from McCloy to Scarbeck.
McCloy looks like he's audible at the line of scrimmage. He's talking to his players. It's a long cadence. Maybe he's trying to pull Downingtown off sides. He comes back again, straight drop back pass, and he throws it to Minnick in the Scarbeck, who's running the sideline. Looks to me like Pius is getting away from the play action because Downingtown apparently not honoring the play action fake.
So the Winged Lions are threatening to dent the scoreboard for the first time this afternoon. And as we took a look at their stat sheet, of the 144 points that the Lions have scored all season long, they've scored 104 in the first half. And so far, a tribute to the Downingtown defense has been able to keep them off the board. But the Winged Lions now put together a smart drive, and Jimmy McCloy trying to engineer a touchdown here in the final seconds of the first half.
St. Pius 10th is an option team. It'll be interesting to see if they make the option call down here.
McCloy to Minnick, touchdown, Winged Lions. Matt Minnick runs it in from 2 yards away, and we are tied at 6.
Very important extra point attempt coming up to apparently put the Lions in the lead if they should make it with 55 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Going to see McCloy just have a straight handoff to Minnick. Minnick just goes right off the gut, off his left forehole, in for the score. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. The Lions did not elect to run option or outside. I guess fearful that they could sustain a loss. They went straight ahead, and the offensive line got the best of Downingtown's defense that time. It appears that they'll go for one. They have a very good place kicker, so I would think that they'll probably line up and kick for one.
Carl Janicki, number 27, the man who does the placement kicking for the Wing Lions, on the field right now.
Janicki's done a real nice job. I think he's only missed one extra point in the season to date, so he has a pretty strong leg. And he's only an 11th grader.
Janicki will kick out of the hold of John Ritchie. The snap is fumbled, and the point after touchdown is no good. So with 55 seconds left here in quarter number 2, the score will remain tied. Downingtown 6, St. Pius 10th 6.
Looked like a bad snap from the center, and the holder had trouble getting the ball down in place. So Janicki, it really wasn't Janicki's fault. It was an exchange problem between the snapper and the holder.
And oh, how important, though, the special teams work in football. You know, a lot of people seem to overlook those fine sillies of the game, but, you know, getting the snap back and hitting the ball down and getting the seams turned right, that's also important in this game.
Well, that point is a critical point, but I'm going to tell you, I don't feel the way this game is going that 6 points is going to be all the points scored, you know, by both teams. This is going to be an exciting second half coming up. I hate to see halftime come.
Well, this thing is far from over. It is 6-6. And with 55 seconds left here in quarter 2, Carl Janicki will kick off for the Wing Lions. The deep man is Greg Duraco, number 44 for the Whippets. Janicki's line drive kick taken by Duraco on the bounce at his own 10. Duraco with some running room is met by Mike Reagan around the 25-yard line, and he's brought down at that point where Downingtown will go to work. 1st and 10 with 48 seconds left in quarter number 2.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see here if quarterback Kevin Martin looks to throw to his best receiver, number 84, Bob Martin, or whether they're content with 43 seconds remaining to just go into halftime with a 6-6 tie. Pius defensive secondary playing very deep.
1st and 10, Martin with the handoff to Dave Livingston. And Livingston churns for 8 yards. Again, Livingston was the man who picked off the McCloy aerial intended for Yergi early in the first quarter, which resulted in a fine run back and led to the only score of the game for the Whippets thus far, as the scoreboard clock is now down to 10 and running. And this should be the last play of the first half as Kevin Martin brings him up to the line. And he'll just let the scoreboard clock run out. So at the end of the first half of play, what has been a superb ball game, it's the Downingtown Whippets 6, the St. Pius Wing Lions 6. We'll be back with our halftime analysis in just a moment. Back here at Coach Mick Stadium in Lower Pottsgrove, I'm Denny Petro with Ron Reed. And Ron, it's been a superb ball game. I think this is probably the best Chessmont League game that we've done here on PCTV because of the two fine teams on the field.
Well, it's exciting. You know, St. Pius X is trying to even up their record with Downingtown. Downingtown's trying to stay in second place with Westchester Henderson, looking for the Wildcats of O&J to get knocked off. And it's really a critical game for both teams. The Lions must have the game, and on the other hand, Downingtown must have it. Very good display of two good quarterbacks. We have Martin for Downingtown, and we have McCloy for Pius. Good running backs on both teams, good receivers. Yergie's reception was just a fabulous reception, and Pufnock can catch the ball, as well as Martin for Downingtown. Just been an exciting ball game.
Now, of course, the only score for the Whippets resulted because of a offensive mistake on the part of the Lions, but you take that away, the Wing Lion defense has shut down the Whippet offense for the most part.
Yeah, they have a very good defense. As we said earlier in the show, they have only given up about 8 points per game, and you have to throw in 34 points they've given to Owen J. Roberts. Other than that game, they have been very, very stingy on defense. The Lions made a key turnover when they were moving the football, and they fumbled the ball, which set up another chance for the Downingtown Whippets, and Downingtown did not convert. They got up inside the 10-yard line and were failed to be able to move the ball.
Well, it's been the type of game we expected to see, and we'll be back with our homecoming festivities from St. Pius X in just a moment. Back here at Coach Mick Stadium, it's halftime, and we're covering the festivities of the St. Pius X homecoming here on this gorgeous fall afternoon. And with me is Sue Angela Sante. Pardon me. She said it was spelled phonetically and pronounced that way, but I botched it nonetheless. And Sue, perhaps you can tell our viewers the name of the young lady now coming across the field. We understand she was last year's homecoming queen.
Yes, this is Ann Healy. She was last year's homecoming queen, and she was a cheerleader here at Pius, and she's back to crown this year's queen.
Speaking of a cheerleader, you are a member of the cheerleading corps, and I know that you girls put a lot of hard work and effort into your practices and everything else that goes on behind the scenes. And we'll ask you a question, just how difficult it is to be a cheerleader, but let's pick up the first couple coming across the field.
This is Michelle Ferrer, and her escort is Joe Gianardo. Michelle's a freshman here at Pius, and she's participated in field hockey. I don't know what other sports she's planning to go out for. I think she mentioned basketball in her speech. And her sister is a a junior here at Pius, so I think she'll follow in her sister's footsteps. Sister plays both basketball and field hockey.
And while we're waiting the next couple to come across the field, how many hours a week do the cheerleaders practice to get ready for a game?
Well, I don't think we practice as much as some other squads, but we get a lot done. We practice about an hour and a half to 2 hours a week.
All right, let's pick up the next couple coming across the field. Sue?
This is Mary Miller, and her escort is Jim Mullen. Mary is a member of field hockey here at Pius, and she comes from St. Gabriel's Parish in Stowe. Mary's a sophomore at Pius. This is her escort, Jim.
All right. So far, Sue's holding up and doing a superb job. Sue, what other activities are going on here at Pius in the next couple of weeks? I know you usually have your pancake breakfast. Is there any class plays in the offing?
Well, the class play is scheduled more for later on in the year, like towards the spring, but we do have the pancake breakfast coming up. We hope you all come out to join us for that.
All right, here's our next couple in the homecoming court.
Okay, this is Maria Perry, sometimes called Pia as a nickname, and her escort is Chuck Gazzillo. He's also a junior here at Pius. Pia's participated in basketball in the past years that she's been at Pius. I don't know if she's going to go out this year or not, but she has been before.
All right, and in a few moments from now, we'll see the couples from the senior class here at St. Pius 10th. And if you're just tuning in, we are in the midst of homecoming activities. It's 6-6 here at halftime, and what has been a superb ball game between Dtown and the Wing Lions. And Sue, let's pick up our next couple.
Okay, our candidate for the court here for the homecoming queen is Jean Amato. She's a senior. She's escorted by Jeff Jones. Jean's a member of Student Council, National Honor Society, and she's participated in winter track and cross country, as well as spring track.
The next senior representative.
And before we get our next couple coming across field, and it is a rather lengthy walk, I know that, Sue, you and all the students and the faculty and all of the alumni here at St. Pius would like to thank Father McGuire for putting on another fine show.
Yes, Father McGuire did do a good job here, planning and organizing this, and we thank him very much.
Father McGuire, of course, the principal here at St. Pius 10th. And our next couple, Sue.
This is Kelly Staska and Steve Graham. Kelly's a member of the cheerleading squad along with myself. She's been a member for the past 3 years. Her escort is Stephen Graham, and he's also a senior. Steve's a member, I believe, of the National Honor Society. And
Are the people in the homecoming court, are they selected by nomination or a vote, or how is this process determined?
this year they did it a little bit differently. This year, each person nominated one person, and from that they selected 5 finalists, and from that they had 3 finalists, which are here now, and 3 finalists each gave a speech, and we voted for them then.
And right now, ladies and gentlemen, coming down the gauntlet formed by the Silks of the St. Pius 10th Wing Lion Marching Band is the homecoming queen for 1984, and the queen is...
Our queen this year is Chris Mizlak. Her escort is Mike Hale. Mike's a senior. Here at Pius, Chris has participated in Community Service Corps, Student Council, cheerleading, and she's very active on the squad as co-captain.
Well, she was coming across the field, I believe, at corsage, or she had a brief moment there where the couple stopped. And, of course, she received a rousing round of applause here from the audience. She seems a bit embarrassed, but those are the lighter moments of life here in high school.
Chris seems to keep herself together well, even under stressful situations. I guess that's why she's so happy and friendly here at Pius.
And there she is, receiving the tiara from Father McGuire, the principal here at St. Pius 10th, as we wind down the homecoming activities 1984 here at Coach Mick's. So once again, Sue, the queen for 1984.
It's Chris Mizlak, and her escort, also her boyfriend I can mention, I guess, is Mike Hale.
Mike Hale, of course, a member of the Wing Lion football team, not suited up today because of an injury. And as we come down to the end of homecoming 1984, we'll be back with third quarter action after this timeout. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. We're back here with second half action at Coach Mick Stadium in Lower Pottsgrove. I'm Denny Petro along with Ron Reed as the Wing Lions will boot the ball to start things off here in quarter number 3. Carl Janicki, number 27, will do the honors. And deep to receive, Greg Duraco, number 44. It is 6-6 in what has been a well-played ball game on the part of these two teams as the kickoff It's picked up on the short bounce by Borland, number 42. Borland with only one man to beat McCloy, and McCloy bulldogs him down and around the 45-yard line of Downingtown. Good run back, and with the exception of McCloy, Borland had a lot of wide open spaces.
Let's look and see how close this game really is. It's not only close on the scoreboard, but very close on the stats. Pius has an advantage rushing 85-47. The pass is in favor of the Whippets, 62-59. The total yardage is 109 for the Whippets, while 144 for the Lions. The scoreboard's identical, knotted at 6, very tight.
Kevin Martin to the second man through Ragland, and with a burst of speed, he picks up 9 quick yards for Downingtown as the Whippets have come real quick out of the chute, and there's a lot of enthusiasm shown on the Whippets sideline.
I would be willing to bet that the Wing Lions think about what happened to them several weeks ago when they were very close with the Wildcats and came out and played a poor second half. I'm sure that crossed their minds.
And they, of course, cannot afford a letdown against this talented Whippet 11. Second and a short one. The ball just shy of the Wing Lion 40. That is Ragland, the second man through, and he rips off another quick 6 yards. First down, Downingtown.
Well, the Whippets came out very fired up. They're getting off the ball. They're doing a good job, a very good surge, and they find themselves in excellent field position early here in the opening moments of the third quarter.
I'd like to remind you that advertising here on PCTV is hot. It's so hot, well, you want to know how hot it is? Give Frank Patero a call at 327-1866.
First down.
Into the opening moments of quarter number 3. Whippets, after taking second half kickoff, have marched to 2 quick first downs, and that is Duraco, number 44, doubles as a linebacker defense. Tough two-way ball player, and he picks up a quick 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Downingtown.
You know, PCT advertising has really enhanced Frank Butero's life. You know, many times his social life, he'd be at a dance and he was known as the wallflower. Now girls are coming out of the woodwork and asking Frank to dance. It's really exciting to see somebody become popular.
Kevin Martin, hands off. The center line, number 40.
On 2nd and 5, Dave Livingston, the ball carrier, and he's awfully close to another Downingtown first down. And while they're unscrambling the pile, hey fans, if your group or organization or even yourself ever needs any screen printing work, give Preston Miller a call. Whether it's t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, caps, or even truck lettering, you can count on Miller Screen Printing and Truck Lettering. Tell Preston Miller PCTV sent you.
They're nice people over there. You know, I stopped in there and had some work done, and they're a really friendly group of people to do business with.
First and 10 from the 25.
On 1st and 10 from the Wing Lion 25, Kevin Martin, the quarterback, gives it off to Duraco. And Duraco, with a quick burst of speed off the right side, picks up another 5 yards. So Downingtown, the quick hitters, has weaned their way down to the 20-yard line of St. Pius 10th, and right now defensive coach Bill Rogers has to figure out some strategy to try to stop the Whippets, who've come out here with a lot of enthusiasm to begin this third quarter. There's Bill Rogers.
Coach Rogers, the fine defensive coordinator of the Wing Lions, many years in coaching, very dedicated individual.
Kevin Martin to Dave Livingston, and he is going nowhere. John Yerge, number 81, with an assist from Joe Pyatt, number 71. Brought him down for a loss of a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 6 for Downingtown. We are tied at 6-6 with 8:46 remaining here in the third quarter, and what has been a classic Chessmont game to this point.
Downingtown hasn't thrown the ball here in the second half early on. It's a very big play here, 3rd down and about 6, and they're driving. They have very good field position. Be interesting to see what they do here.
Just tuning in, Downingtown with the ball in white with the gold pants. Wing Lions with the navy jerseys and white pants, the home club. 3rd down, 6. Kevin Martin sprinting right, looking. The pass complete and then dropped by Borland, number 42, as it went in and out of his hand. So that'll bring up a 4th and 6 for Downingtown.
That one certainly wasn't Kevin Martin, the quarterback's fault. He put the ball right in there, but his receiver just did not hold on. Number 42, Bob Borland, could not keep the handle.
Well, the last time they had it deep in the Wing Lions' end, they went for the field goal, but it's a bit out of the range right now of their field goal kicker, Brian Murphy. So they'll go for it. And let's look for maybe a quick pass to Bob Martin, number 84, who's wide to the right side. Otis Ragland, the man in motion. Pressure. Szynski has Kevin Martin. Kevin Martin then breaks away from another defender. He lets it fly, and the pass is picked off by Tommy Pufnock, as it was intended for Borland, and Pufnock runs it back to the 5-yard line. So before the Wing Lions go to work, there's our score. We're tied at 6. Back to action. The Wing Lions following that Tommy Pufnock interception of the Kevin Martin pass intended for Borland have Minnick run it out to the 10-yard line for a 5-yard gain.
We're going to see that previous pass play that Pufnock intercepted. We see the quarterback Martin come straight back. He's under tremendous pressure. There's one missed tackle, two missed tackles. Martin wisely comes out, throws the ball into the end zone. Pufnock makes a beautiful interception, returns the ball back to the 5-yard line.
Each club now with an interception this afternoon, as it's been a fairly even Steven ball game. That's Matt Minnick behind a nice block, and Minnick comes awfully close to a Wing Lion first down.
Matt Minnick, a very slippery runner today. You know, he's a tough guy to get a full shot at. He's doing a nice job picking up some tough yardage.
Greg D'Ascenzo, number 64, was the man who led the way for Minnick on that last carry. As the Lions look at a 3rd and a short 2. Ball at the Wing Lion 14. That's Minnick, and Minnick appears to be short of the first down as he stopped at the 15 by Bob Martin with an assist from Steve Byron, number 73.
It's a good look at our crowd on hand. Sister Kathleen, the guidance counselor for many years here at St. Pius X. Sister Stanislaus, the mathematician, along with Miss Murphy, who's an outstanding math teacher here at St. Pius X. Faculty very interested in seeing their boys play out here, as well as the girls cheerleading and the bands.
Janicki will kick for the Wing Lions. Janicki's kick will come down at midfield to Bob Martin, actually to zone 49. Martin looks for a little bit of running room and realizes he's not going too far. So we'll go for a break right now. We'll be back with more action. Our score is tied at 6-all. As we return to action here in the 3rd quarter, Otis Ragland almost broke one on 1st and 10 from the Wing Lion 46-yard line. Did manage to pick up 7 to the Pius 39. And it's 2nd and 4 Downingtown as Kevin Martin fakes the handoff to Livingston. And then again to Ragland. The keeper, he's going to be held down for a loss of 4 yards back to the 44-yard line. Mike Regan, number 80, on the tackle for St. Pius.
You know, the Pius offense and defense sorely misses Big Bobby Preston, number 77, who's sidelined with kind of a freak injury. He hurt himself doing agility drills in one of the practices about 2 weeks ago. So he missed the Westchester East game, and he's sitting out this contest.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8 for Downingtown. And in just a few moments, folks, we'll have our PCTV trivia question of the ball game.
I can't hardly wait for that. Look,
Ragland has the first down, tries to break away. He does. And a good bit of agility and, well, smarts is the best adjective that you can describe, because Otis Ragland really used his head in running that one.
Now, it seems to me that the Lions there kind of quit, in which they shouldn't have quit. It looked to me as though Downingtown had some early movement on that play, and it caused the Lion defense to relax. If that's the case, they shouldn't do it, but they gave up a big gainer in a critical situation.
So a whip it first down, and they're on the move. That is Ragland running smartly down to the 25.
Let's take a look at that long replay on third down. It appeared that the left side moved a little bit soon. See? I'm sorry, it's the right guard. And it looked like the Lion defense relaxed somewhat, thinking there'd be a flag. But great second effort by Otis Ragland, who come out psyched up here as the Downingtown's entertaining the Lions in the second half.
And it looks like Mark Yerge, number 78, one of the wing Lion defenders, is the man down on the field.
That would be a very, very severe blow to the wing Lion defense. Mark Yerge, a very big linebacker, a key defensive player in their scheme, and that leaves them with a very small sophomore linebacker.
All right, while Bill Scott, with an assistance from the Downingtown trainer, take a look at Mark Yerge. Here is our PCTV trivia question of this game. Who holds the Chessmont record for the most carries in a game? The question again, who holds the Chessmont record for the most carries in a game? Ron?
Would the owner of that question please contact me in the next 4 minutes? That's an interesting question. You know, I have to lean a little bit toward O&J because they've been such a tailback-oriented offense, and their tailback has consistently been one of the premier backs in the league. I think of Denny Laws, which I think of often, and Brent Herring, Randy Holmes, Scott Glenn from Pottstown, Howard Jones, a very fine running back at Pottstown, Tommy Barr from O&J. You know, that's a, you guys don't make anything easy for me, do you?
Well,
you help Pollock on these questions.
The Chessmont League's a tough circuit, both on and off the field, as you're well aware of. Handoff goes to number 40, Dave Livingston, and Livingston on a second down carry picks up 3 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Whippets, and the ball will be spotted at the 22 of St. Pius 10th. Ron, after this play, maybe we can get your cap on again here.
Abel Joe from Coatesville could be a consideration in my mind, as well as his brother Jimmy Joe, which I see Tommy Barr from O&J as a potential. Pete Hoover, a very fine running back at Boyertown, looms in my mind. I'm sorry, Hoover was a Westchester Henderson running back. Brian Roth, the fine tailback at Boyertown. 18-yard line. And I have an outside shot here. I'm from the Royersford area, and they had a tailback down that way by the name of Bobby Lewis. I'm going to wait a play or two, and I'm going to come up with an answer.
All right, Dave Livingston picked up the Whippet first down, and Livingston again on the carry. Fights hard for a close, well, we'll call it 4 yards, as he runs it to the wing Lion 15. And on the stop was number 50, Mike Myers for St. Pius 10.
I'm going to take a strike on a 3-2 pitch here, and I'm going to go back to my local hometown, and I'm going to pick Bobby Lewis from Springford.
All right, let's see if you're correct. Who holds the Chessmont record for the most carries in a game? And the answer is?
Boy, I love computers. Get up there.
Bobby Lewis, who carried 54 times in one game for Springford in 1979.
Boy, the cameramen are cheering up here to really tickle to death that I got one right. Thank you, boys.
And we're going to see our first penalty flag of the afternoon, and it's going to be going against Downingtown for delay of game. So it could turn out to be perhaps a crucial penalty, as the Wing Lions will see the officials mark it off 5 yards, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11 for Downingtown, as the ball is just outside the 20-yard line.
This game is really moving down. There's only 1:34 remaining in the third quarter. It's just a very hard-fought ball game.
Otis Ragland off the right side. Gets back a couple of those yards that were marched off on the penalty. And speaking of Springford, we'll have an opportunity to take a look at Rams when they meet the O&J Roberts Wildcats a week from today. And that'll be, of course, when we tape the game. And next weekend as well, as part of our big PCTV doubleheader, it'll be the Westchester East Vikings and the Pottstown Trojans. So a lot of big football games coming your way right here on Channel 11. Keep that dial right here for the best in Chessmont League sports.
You know, both of those games are big games. That Springford O&J game, everybody in the whole community is going to be at that ball game, because Springfield has a very good football team, and people are looking to see the Wildcats get upset.
Ragland will be short of the first down by about 3 yards as McCloy, the aid of several of his, came up to make the stop on Ragland on the far outside. So it'll be 4th and 5 for Downingtown. The ball is at the Wing Lion 14. And just 32 seconds remain to be played here in the third quarter, with the score tied at 6. As Brian Murphy, number 82, will come in to tee it up for a field goal try. Ball be spotted on the 20 with the 10 yards in the end zone. 30-yard field goal try by Brian Murphy. Snap is back. The fake. It's Wally McHugh with the pass, and it's complete to number 43, Bill Talbot. So it's a first down for Downingtown.
The Lion defense should have been coming hard on that. It was a bad snap. They probably had fake on all the way. I'm not sure, because the teams are taught to yell something if there's a bad snap. But the kicker wisely picked up the ball. The holder wisely picked up the ball and found his receiver and picked a very, very big first down if you are a Downingtown fan.
So there's the whistle, and we've come to the end of 3 quarters of play. The score is still tied. Downingtown 6, St. Pius 10th 6. We're back with fourth quarter action on a 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. The Whippets picked up 2 yards on a carry by Dave Livingston. So
let's take a look at that fake field goal. It's a bad snap. The holder has a little bit of problem. He's yelling squib or something to his offensive people, and he finds his receiver, number 43, out in the flat for the first down.
2nd and goal from the 5. Martin with the pitch to Livingston, and that's going to be a free ball, and it's recovered by the Wing Lions. It looked like Mike Reagan, number 80, was the man, or Tom Pufnock. Pick out whether that was an 8 or a 4. It looks like Tommy Pufnock was the man who pounced on the fumble. And just a bad play there, as Kevin Martin should have eaten the ball.
He should have eaten the ball. He's an experienced quarterback, and he's been doing an outstanding job today. He comes out there, he gets immediate pressure. Pufnock does a good job coming up on the pitch, and he makes a big play.
And while they're attending to Tom Pufnock, the score still tied. Whippet 6, Wing Lions 6. As we come back to action here in the fourth quarter at Coach Mick Stadium, there's a good shot of our homecoming crowd that was here to take in the festivities of homecoming 84 for the Wing Lions, and a shot of Tom Pufnock, the premier wide receiver and defensive back for the Wing Lions, who's coming off under his own power after having recovered that fumble on the pitch out from Kevin Martin. It was intended for Dave Livingston. So the Wing Lions, if nothing else, even though they're deep in their own end, do have possession with 11:16 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the score tied 6-6 and what has been a classic Chessmont battle.
You know, talking about that game coming up next Saturday between Springford and O&J, if Springford wins today, I would say that could be a record-breaking crowd next week on hand for that ball game.
On 1st and 10 for the Wing Lions, they move from their own 13. Scarback in motion. Handoff goes to Matt Minnick, and Minnick will get maybe a yard, possibly 2. And on the stop was Shane Rogers, number 77 for Downingtown.
No, Pius hasn't had the ball a whole lot here this second half. They've only had the ball 1 possession. Downingtown's had the ball almost the entire third quarter. So the fourth quarter with 10:38, it's important that Pius gets an offensive drive mounted.
They credit Minnick with no gain on that last play, so call it 2nd and 10 as the Lions go from their own 13. McCloy has Scarback wide open. Scarback with the catch. John Haynes, number 11, A little bit too late as Matt Scarback was wide open on the left wing, and McCloy hit him on the numbers.
Outstanding throw by Jimmy. Jimmy McCloy had plenty of time to throw the ball. Scarbeck has that good speed. He gets outside, gets to the sideline, and makes a nice catch using his hands. Let's take a look at the play. We'll come back to that play.
22-yard pickup, and it's 1st and 10. St. Pius 10th from their own 35. Chris Schwab in motion, number 14. Handoff goes to Scarbeck.
We're going to take a look at the big play that gets the Lions out of some trouble here. We're going to see Jimmy McCloy take the center snap. It's long count. He comes back, straight back, and he has plenty of time. He throws the ball over here to Scarbeck, who, if the ball is just let a little bit more, could have broke it for the score. See Tommy Pufnock, the key player here, one of the key players for the St. Pius 10th Lions, being treated on the sideline. It doesn't look like he's too hurt. Probably back in the ball game.
Matt Minnick on the carry, and Minnick on the 2nd and 8 endeavor. Picks up 2 yards, so call it 3rd down and 6 for the Wing Lions as they'll go from their own 37.
I'd have to think this is a big play for both teams, Downingtown and for the Lions. You know, time in high school football does not go as slowly as in college.
Been a very quick game and a well-played game on the part of both teams. McCloy for Yergi. This time, the big tight end cannot haul it in. Coverage on the play provided by Greg Duraco, number 44. So the incompletion to bring up a 4th and 7 for St. Pius 10th. And we should see Carl Janicki on to boot it away.
John Yergi would certainly like to have an opportunity to get that one back. You know, he had one hand on it, and we've seen already when he gets one paw, he usually puts it in.
Bob Martin, number 84, is a deep man for Downingtown. Good kick by Janicki, driving Martin back to his own 15. He's got a little bit of running room. Martin evades the first pursuit, and then he's hauled down from behind by number 82, Tom Daly. For the Wing Lions go to work, the UCR score, and we're still tied at 6. Eight minutes even left here in the 4th quarter at Coach Mick Stadium as Downingtown on a 1st and 10 try from their own 28-yard line. Give it to Ragland, and Otis picks up 5 yards to the 33, where it's 2nd and 5 for the Whippets. Borland, the man in motion. The tip goes to Livingston. Livingston with a lot of running room. Livingston with just one man to beat, and that is Pufnock. Pufnock will catch up with them about the 10-yard line, but not until Dave Livingston gives Downingtown excellent field position. So Dave Livingston, who is that picturesque, stocky fullback type, really showed a burst of speed, and had Tommy Pufnock not caught up with him, it would have been 6 for the Whippets.
We're going to see Livingston, the up back there in the tandem. He's going to take the straight hand off. He's going to come through. He's going to break a couple tackles. He gets in the ends or into the clear. Pufnock chases him literally from behind and catches up to him. That's an outstanding play by both players. It's surprising that Pufnock could catch him from that angle.
So the ball will be spotted on the 10-yard line. And back downfield, the reason for the timeout, there was an injured Downingtown player, and they're attending to him right now. We not able to pick up his number at this time. There's a shot of the youngster. It appears to be an injury to his left foot or perhaps ankle. And while they're attending to him, let's remind you, next week our PCTV doubleheader, it'll be the Westchester East Vikings taking on the Pottstown Trojans at Grigg Memorial Field, and the Springford Rams, well, they'll travel to Wildcat Stadium in Bucktown to take on the league-leading Owen J. Roberts Wildcats. And Ronnie, I know that you're quite vociferous as far as getting the fans out to see the games in person. I know they have the opportunity to see them right here on Channel 11 PCTV, but nothing really beats being here live.
Well, we had the opportunity to see the Trojans play Westchester Henderson Henderson live last night, and they played a very gutsy ball game. So there's no quitting the Trojans. That's going to be a big game. We're going to get an opportunity to see a very good Southern team in Westchester East, a team that's just starting to really come of its own. The Springford O&J game, to me, is one of the biggest matchups in the Chessmont season to date. They will be a rabid fans there. It's going to be a real demonstration out there, and Springford has the ability to be able to upset a good football team.
Let's be honest, it's going to be a war over there at Wildcat Stadium.
That's saying it mildly.
Downingtown has it, 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line of St. Pius 10. Livingston, the second man through. Ragland gets the ball, and maybe a half a yard at most, as Joe Szynski, number 72, led the charge for the Winged Lions. So call it 2nd and 9.5 with just 7:02 left in this ball game, and Downingtown trying to break a 6-6 tie.
It seems the Lions play better when they're defending their 10-yard line. They've been playing at that end of the field most of the second half here. They have not had good field position, and they've had their defense in a bind.
Kevin Martin, number 17, is the quarterback. Hand off to Otis Ragland, and Ragland again, this time to the 5. Pickup of 4.5. It'll be 3rd down and 5 as Mike Myers, number 50, made the stop for St. Pius 10. We'll have an official's timeout as they'll have a change of balls. There's Mike Myers coming off the field for the Winged Lions. And a shot of the big Pius defense. Pius all season long has allowed only 52 points, an average of just a shade over 8 points a game, as Downingtown now likes to call a timeout.
Timeout, Downingtown.
The 1985 Hondas have arrived at Pottstown Honda, but you've got to hurry because they're going to move fast. See the new 4-door Accord LX and the limited edition 4-door Accord Special Edition. Stop in and see our good buddy Larry Albira at Pottstown Honda, Route 422 in Pottstown. Phone number 495-7077. Say hello to the owner there, Pete McNamara, for me. It's a good friend, and it's a very nice business and good people to do business with.
And don't forget, folks, coming up this Tuesday night right here on Channel 11 PCTV, you'll have an opportunity to see Ron and I as we host Chessmont Highlights. And on this program, we'll be talking to some of the youngsters from St. Pius 10th as well as Pottstown High School. Pottstown recently dropped a hard-luck decision to Westchester Henderson. It was a game in which the passing offense clicked for a change, but defensively, well, they were beaten by the big play. And of course, right now you're watching this game between Pius and Downingtown, and you've seen the fine defensive effort that the Winged Lions have put up. But of course, as Ron mentioned, they've been playing defense for the better part of the afternoon.
And to enhance that show on Tuesday night, we're going to have the opportunity to talk to coaches from St. Pius 10th and W.O.J. Roberts, and we're going to have players from the two schools.
3rd down and 6, big play. Ragland, the ball carrier, scooting for the left side, and he is going to be shy of the goal line by about a yard. Chris Schwab along with Mark Yerge, number 78, making the stop. So 4th and about a yard, and obviously Downingtown will go for it here, Ron.
Yeah, and they can't get a first down. That first down marker is right at the goal line. They'd have to score in order to get a first down.
1 yard line.
So this could be the play of the ball game. Score is tied 6-6. 5:43 remains to be played here in the 4th quarter.
Are we going to see Martin? Are we going to see Ragland? Or are we going to see the guy that got him up there?
Well, Kevin Martin will call the signals. Martin on the keeper. And Martin, is he in? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Whippets. So Kevin Martin, 6'1", 190-pound senior quarterback, dives over from a yard away, and the Whippets break on top at 12-6 with just 5:29 left here in the 4th quarter, and that brings regulation to the far sideline.
There's still a lot of time remaining, 5:29. It's going to be interesting to see what Downingtown does here. It appears that they're going to go for just a single point, but that would give the Lions a chance to come back and go for a win if they elect it.
The fake, McHugh for Talbot, and is it complete? That was Duraco, but they're going to rule the pass was ruled incomplete, that he trapped the ball. Duraco was open. Again, they faked the point after as Wally McHugh, and we'll take a look at it on the replay there.
They're going to show the kick. We see the touchdown. We see the Martin just driving in. The offensive line did a nice job. They beat the defensive line.
Well, we'll take another look at it in just a few minutes, but just to verbally explain what happened after Kevin Martin went in from a yard out, Downingtown lined up for what appeared to be a single point after touchdown try via the kick route, but Wally McHugh, the backup quarterback who's the holder, took the snap and found Greg Duraco wide open in the left corner of the end zone, but Duraco tripped the ball, so the point try goes awry, and it's 12-6 ball game, and as Ron mentioned, 5:29, a lot of time left. Number 35, Pete Mills, will kick off for Downingtown as the Whippets take their second lead of the afternoon. That is John Yerge, number 81, hauling in at his own 25, and Yerge runs it back to the 35-yard line where the Wing Lions will go to work 1st and 10.
Well, this is an interesting series. Pius is now 5:23 remaining. They're going to have good field position at their 35 line.
Well, the Wing Lion offense, which has been stymied for the better part of the afternoon, will try to do something here against Downingtown. Play fake. McCloy looking across the middle. Pass intended for Yerge, but it was way underthrown. Covering on the play was Kevin Duran, number 20.
Coach Jim Mick, the head coach and offensive coordinator, along with Dave Pasoda, discussing some strategy, sending Ricky in there, number 14. See if they can come up with something to move the ball.
Wing Lions need that press down right now, because if Downingtown gets it back, they're masters at chewing up the clock. Minnick on the carry, and Minnick brought down by Duran with an assist from Dean Mento at about the 40-yard line of St. Pius 10th. So it'll be 3rd down and 5.
3rd and 5.
I really wouldn't be surprised to see the Lions keep it on the ground a little bit here. They're going to be in a situation where they'll use probably 4 downs. And if they can pick up a couple yards here and put them 4th and 2, they have a shot to move the ball down the field.
And of course, if they score the touchdown, they only need the point after. McCloy being pressured, and he is going to be dropped for a big loss by number 40, Dave Livingston, who's been instrumental both offensively and defensively this afternoon for the Whippets. So the loss of 11 yards makes it 4th down and 16 for St. Pius 10th, as Carl Janicki will come in to kick it away. And number 84, Bob Martin, will drop back as the lone safety for the Whippets. Janicki has averaged over 36 yards a kick this afternoon. Another good kick. Martin off his helmet, loose ball, and it's recovered by the Wing Lions. St. Pius has it, and it will go 1st and 10 from the Downingtown 35. And that might be the break that the Wing Lions need, Ron.
Boy, is that a big play. You got to keep your arms in tight when you catch the ball. It was just a beautiful punt by Janicki, who's been doing it all day long. And it's just a big break, a big turnover for Pius. And Downingtown has to feel sick.
Well, I'll tell you, Bob Martin feels a bit under the weather right now, but let's give that youngster a lot of credit. He's a fine ball player. It's just one of those things. He looked up, and then the ball caught him right in the helmet, and Szynski pounced on it at the Whippet 35 as Minnick on 1st and 10 picks up 2 yards.
We're going to see this repeat of this punt. We're going to see Bob Martin back in a single safety position. Janicki gets the punt off. It's a beautiful spiral. He lifts his arms up a little bit. He starts running with the ball. He loses the handle, and Pius recovers.
Minnick was credited with a yard pickup. The ball spotted at the Whippet 34. It is 2nd and 9. 2:48 left in the ball game, and Downingtown clinging to a 6-point advantage at 12-6. Chris Schwab goes in motion. McCloy finds some room right up the gut, avoids Bob Martin, and picks up the 1st down.
Boy, is he a gutty player, Denny. That was just a great play by Jimmy. He's a real game player. He saw his receivers were covered. He took a stutter step like a draw and went right up the gut.
Wally McHugh, number 14, made the stop, but not until McCloy, with that gutsy bit of running, picked up the Wing Lion 1st down, which moves the ball to the 23-yard line of Downingtown. And I'll tell you, the scoreboard clock a few moments ago read 5 minutes, and things looked a bit hairy for the Wings. But right now, the picture is really brightened as far as their fortunes are concerned.
Well, both brain trusts for both of the head coaches are on the field. This is obviously a very big game. There's 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining. Dtown head coach is talking to his team, and the Jim Mick, the head coach of St. Pius X, trying to encourage his team to get in that end zone.
And while the coaches are talking things over, we'd like to thank the personnel from Dtown, Superintendent Mr. Walter Hessinger, the Principal Raymond D. Ceferino, the Athletic Director Gary Robinson, the Faculty Manager Robert Boyer, and Head Coach Mike Dominic and his staff, and everyone at Dtown for their assistance and the production of this telecast. 2:33 left here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for the Wing Lions from the Whippet 23. McCloy with the play fake. Pitch back. Loose ball. And Chernesky and Martin fight for it. And let's see who was credited with the recovery. They're saying that Chernesky of St. Pius X came away with the football. Are they? Bob Martin doesn't believe that the Wing Lions have it, but they say that the ball will remain in possession of St. Pius X. Quite a scramble.
Let's take a look at it. It's the first time the Lions have run the option today. It's called their power option. They come to the left side. We see McCloy take the snap. We're going to see the fullback's going to be leading on the play. McCloy is attacked by the defender. He pitches. It's not a good pitch.
Loss of 12. It's 2nd and 22. McCloy has it stripped away. Loose ball. And it looks as though Rhodes has come up with it for Dtown. Or did he? No. It looks like Chernesky again pounced on the loose ball for St. Pius X.
Well, John Chernesky, the senior fullback, has kept them alive the last 2 plays. This is do or die for St. Pius X on this drive. There's 1 minute 31 seconds remaining, and John Chernesky has had 2 brilliant heads-up offensive plays.
So the Lions will be looking at a 3rd and long. And while they're awaiting some final instructions here from head coach Jim Mick, again, we remind you that we'll have our next edition of Chessmont Highlights for you Tuesday night at 7 p.m. right here on Channel 11 PCTV. Right now, I'll be speaking to the youngsters from St. Pius X and Pottstown. We'll have some other special guests. And as you well know, it's always an interesting show whenever we have Chessmont Highlights. So tune in. Won't you keep that down right here on Channel 11 PCTV for the best in Chessmont League sports.
Well, I don't know what you do here. You have 3rd down and very long yardage. They have a lot of trick plays. They have a power option to the flanker that we saw 2 weeks ago that developed a touchdown. They may come to something like that, or they'd have to throw deep.
Lions staring down the barrel of a 3rd and 26. They need a big play. McCloy, the end around the poof knock, the halfback option pass. Scarback open, he's got it. Touchdown, Wing Lions.
What a great call. Just a brilliant call by the Lion coaching staff.
Let's take another look at that play, Ronnie.
This is going to develop as the flanker, the split end power option play. They're going to come back to Puffnock, who's the split end. Puffnock, who threw the ball brilliantly into the end zone, and just a great score by the Lions.
So we are tied at 12-12 as there is a dejected look hanging over the Whippet defense as they were beaten badly. And one more time, because that was just a beautifully executed play.
This was a power option play. It was going to look like the power option that they ran 2 weeks ago. Puffnock at the bottom of the screen, number 40, is going to come outside. It's going to look like he's going for the option to the reverse side. He comes back, he throws the ball, he has the safety and halfback bite, and he beats the receiver.
So that is tied to score, and what lies ahead will determine perhaps the eventual winner of this ball game. It is 12-12, 1 minute and 23 left here in the fourth quarter, and the Lions, who we said needed a big play, got it. Tommy Puffnock hits Matt Scarback from...
You talk about excitement, you'll see this hometown crowd go wild here on homecoming day and convert this extra point.
An important play. Janicki's kick is up, and It is good, and the Wing Lions up to 13-12 with just a minute 3 left in the ball game, and jubilation reigns on the Pius side of the field.
Absolutely an ball game. The whole ball game has been outstanding, and don't go away. We still have 23 seconds left. Anything can happen. There's a good shot of the homecoming in here at St. Pius X, a dejecting Town head coach over their lines, but he still has plenty of time to get back in the ball game.
There's Joe Pyatt, number 71, the injured player down on the field. Took a bit of punishment there as he warded off the charge of the Downingtown Whippets, trying to block that kick by Janicki. But the strong leg of Carl Janicki has given St. Pius a slim 1-point lead at 13-12 with a minute and 23 left in the ball game. But as Ron said, do not count this Downingtown team out. They do have a field goal kicker in Brian Murphy, and if they can get the ball down around the 15-yard line, they won't hesitate to use Brian Murphy in this late in the ball game. And of course they do have some speed. And Otis Ragland, David Livingston broke a big one, and they always have, of course, Kevin Martin to Bob Martin.
And they also have a very good field goal kicker, so if they get in range, they have the opportunity to kick a field goal. I hope Joe Pyatt's not seriously injured. We had the opportunity to host Joe on one of our TV shows, and Joe was just a fine gentleman, and he's one of the unsung heroes who plays in the trenches, and those guys in the trenches today are going to feel it tonight.
Downingtown will drop back Greg Duraco, number 44, as the middle man on the triumphant that will receive the kickoff of Carl G. 13-12 Wing Lions.
It's terrible to be a coach's wife. I see the head coach's wife, Helen Mick, down on the sideline, a nervous wreck, rubbing her hands. Deep kickoff.
Gets a good kick, taken at the 5 by Duraco. Duraco with a little bit of running room, up over the 20-yard line, but not much more than that, as he's brought down at the 22 by Tom Daly with an assist from Sean Poracki. So Downingtown 70, well, they're going to mark it at the 24. So they're 76 yards away from pay dirt and about 55 to 60 yards away from maybe a possible field goal try. Only a minute 10 left here in the fourth quarter. The clock is running.
This is what it's all about, high school football.
Kevin Martin sends Wally McHugh to the left side. Pressure evaded by Martin. Wobbly pass across the middle, and it's picked off by McCloy. And that could seal Downingtown's fate here this afternoon, as Kevin Martin was harassed and then got off a wobbly pass. Jim McCloy just out jumped Otis Ragland, and it's back into possession of the Wing Lions.
It's a very dejected Downingtown high school football team on the far sidelines, but they have played brilliantly today. Get a chance to see that interception again. We see Martin come back. He beats the pressure. He throws the ball out there. Jimmy, one of the leaders of the field for the Lions, makes a key interception.
Well, the Lions used the maximum amount of time between plays here. They ran the clock down to 30 seconds. So it'll be second and about 9 yards to go, as they're just going to sit on it right now and run the clock out. They lead 13-12. And if they hang on here for the final 30 seconds, the Wing Lions will tie Downingtown in the Chessmont League standings, as both clubs will have identical 4-2 marks. And this loss, of course, will hurt the Whippets much more than it will the Wing Lions at this point of the season, because they came into the ball game tied with Westchester Henderson.
For our viewers over in Chester County, we commend you and compliment you for just having an outstanding football team. They represent the Southern Division. Should Downingtown lose, it would be a hard loss for them. They had an outstanding ball game. It's a shame that any team would lose this football game. There is a very happy Jim Mick who senses he may have a victory, and he just loves to win. He's just a great motivator and a fine football man.
Well, Jimmy McCloy, with 30 seconds left, will take the snap and just try to run as much time off as possible before being downed by the Whippet defense. And as you mentioned, Ron, it's a shame that either club would have to come out on the short end of this contest, because both teams came in pretty much even, Stephen, although Downingtown, a much improved team over a year ago, and they're going to give some people problems. They still have to play Owen J. Roberts down the road too, and Roberts not only has a big game next week when we bring you as part of our PCTV doubleheader their game with Springford, but they're going to have to meet the Whippets down the road as well.
Yes, well, the Chessmont League always gets some good football teams. There's always representation competition. Even the teams that are marginal, maybe at the bottom of the league, always have that uncanny ability to upset. It happens every year in the Chessmont League, so there's still plenty of time left in this league, and Dtown is going to be a factor at the end, I'm sure.
Well, of course, the Whippets, far from being a team down on the standings, they're doing an excellent job here in 84, and they just ran into the Wing Lions of St. Pius X, a very determined bunch of athletes who give it 110% every time out of the chute. And of course, they fight, they scratch, they claw, and defensively they held this high-powered Whippet offense to just 2 touchdowns this afternoon and only a few botched point-after attempt tries by Dtown, perhaps spelled the doom for the Whippets.
And they can't stop it anymore. They're going to count it down. It's 9 seconds.
Well, scoreboard clock reads 6 as Mike Dominic gathers his charges on the far sideline. And the Wing Lions of St. Pius X take a hard-fought 13-12 ball game this afternoon from the Dtown Whippets. The final score, again, there you see it on your screen. Wing Lions 13, the Whippets 12. We'll be back with our post-game analysis in just a moment. Stadium in Lower Pottsgrove, jubilation raids for the Wing Lions of St. Pius X. Used a touchdown with just 1 minute and 23 seconds left on the power option to the flanker, and Tommy Pufnock hit Matt Scarback from 38 yards away, and Carl Janicki's extra point gave the Wing Lions a come-from-behind 13-12 win, and probably the most exciting game of the season that we've seen today. One
of the most exciting high school football games I've ever seen, and I'm not saying that exaggerating or anything. It was just a brilliant game. If we were singling out just some star performances, Tommy Pufnock just played a brilliant football game. He made an interception on his own 5-yard line. He caught up with a runner to save a touchdown, and then he makes a touchdown throw to win the ball game. Both Martins for Dtown played exceptional. It's just a shame that they fumbled the punt there near the end with 2 minutes to go. It was just it's tough to see a team lose a game like this.
And of course, probably the big break of the ball game came when Bob Martin had the punt go right off his helmet. He looked up momentarily there as though to put his sights on the ball. It bounced away. It was recovered by Joe Szynski at the 35 after a succession of losses and everything. The Wing Lions pulled the old play out of the playbook, dusted it off, and it was just executed to perfection. But of course, another big play was after the second Dtown score when Greg DeRocco trapped the ball when he was wide open. I guess just a bad pass from Wally McHugh.
That was a very big play. I'm sure the Dtown coaching staff took some exception to that call. I really didn't get a good angle, so I couldn't tell you whether he caught the ball or not. The official was right there, and 99 out of 100 times they don't make mistakes. But even when an official makes a mistake, everybody's human, and sometimes you benefit from them, sometimes you lose. But I don't think that was the key factor in the game, just that one play alone. It was just a brilliantly played game by two very good high school football teams, and the score is not a score that I'm surprised with. Either team could have won that game.
Well, it was predicted that it would be a very close ball game, and it was, as the Wing Lions now go to 4-2 as some of the paraphernalia that was handed out here as part of the homecoming day flies by us. Here was a balloon for those of you who didn't know the bottom of that string was hanging onto. But 4-2 win-loss mark right now for St. Pius X. Ditto for the Dtown Whippets, and Chessmont League race right now is tightening up. Next week, don't forget, we'll have a big PCTV doubleheader for you. We'll have the Friday night game on tape-delayed basis between the Pottstown Trojans and the Westchester East Vikings, and perhaps the Trojans can rebound against that powerful East squad. And then Saturday, we'll be taping the game between Owen J. Roberts and Springford, and that should be a very emotional contest. Be prepared to bring your scissors and your bandages for that one. So until that time, for Ron Reed and our entire PCTV crew, guys did another superb job. I'm Denny Petro saying so long from Coach Mick Stadium in Lower Pottsgrove. Again, the final score, the Wing Lions 13 and the Dtown Whippets 12.
Good one guy from down.